guys, how are you all doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. My kids were home tonight. The wife was out, and we had a few of the kids' friends over for a sleepover tonight. So as they were upstairs watching the box trolls, I was hiding downstairs trying to keep myself entertained, and I pulled out the box of paracord and started playing around. And first I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, and then I decided, you know what? I'm going to make a sling for my knives tonight. A Baldric Sling, if I can say that right. Sorry, as you can tell, I got a bit of a cold here. Now, obviously, I did not invent the Baldric Sling. It's something that I've seen on a number of videos, and I thought was quite interesting. I think the first time I ever saw it was in one of Crockett 20's videos. Probably close to 2 years ago already, and it caught my attention, and then I kind of forgot about it, and then the last couple of months I've been thinking about it a little more, particularly once it started getting cold here again. Started wearing layers kind of like this, even more. And when you have a knife strapped to your hip on your belt in the winter or whenever it's cold, and you got a whole bunch of layers on, that can make it a bit of a hassle to get to. Not only that is it difficult to get to because you're potentially under a bunch of layers, but you're pulling your jacket up to get it, you're getting cold air up there. It's no fun, no good. So like I said, I decided to make a Baldric Sling tonight, and I basically had no idea really what I was doing. I didn't watch any videos before I did it, which I probably should have, and I just pulled out a whole bunch of paracord and started going at it, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. Very, very simple. If you've ever worked with paracord at all before, if you can do a cobra weave, you can do this. It is super simple. I used one other piece of equipment other than paracord for it, which most of you guys probably have, and if not, you can literally go buy for about $2, and you can whip yourself up something like this, and you can probably even do it better than me. So I'll give you guys a bit of a close-up of it here, and then I'll show it to you in action. Okay guys, so here's the sling I made tonight. As you can see, mainly all paracord. Like I said, the only other piece of equipment I used is this S-beaner. And you could use a regular carabiner, any other sort of clasp type thing that you can think of. This, I had a couple of these on hand, and it's actually working out very well for me. So as you can see, basically I got a long stretch of paracord here, and I doubled it up to make my center of the braid. One end, as you can see here, is the two tag ends, and then one end the loop, and then I did a cobra weave, and you could do any sort of weave you want really. I just did this because this is the one that's I've done the most. I've probably done 1,000 feet of cobra weave in the last couple of years, so I'm the fastest at it, and it just works for me. So that's what I did. And I did about, probably about 3-4 feet, about 3.5 to 4 feet of cobra weave on there. I got about 6 to 7 inches of loop on that end. And then at the tag end, I have about a foot, maybe 15 inches. And then I have it knotted every 6 inches or so. And I'll show you what that's for. Okay guys, I'll give you a bit of a try and get this whole thing in frame here for the most part. As you can see, I got about 3.5 feet, almost 4 feet of cobra weave, about 8 inches of loop on this end, and then another foot, 12 to 15 inches on this end, the tag end, knotted every about 6 inches or so, and then my little S-beaner in here. And I'll show you how I hook this up. Okay guys, so what I did was I took my Mora here in my Kydex armor sheath, and at this point here I just tied a little loop of paracord. You got about a 1-inch loop here. So what you do with this sheath is you take the loop end, pass it through the belt loop of the sheath, pass the main body of the sling through there, so you get that attached there, and then you take your S-beaner and clip it on to the loop I made on the sheath. And from there you throw this bad boy on. Alright guys, and there you have it. Baldric style carry system for the sheath. Hangs chest level here, and I mean the advantages are pretty obvious. Very accessible. It's outside of your clothing, so you're not reaching up and under your clothing, exposing your skin when it's cold. Very easy to get to, very easy to put away. You don't have to wear a belt if you don't like to wear a belt. All kinds of advantages. Now, what I did that was a little different from anything that I'd seen before, like I showed you, I had this tag end, and as you can see, it's quite a bit longer than necessary here. However, if I was to wear a whole bunch of layers, thicker jacket, maybe one of those puffy down coats or anything like that, you take the S-beaner, unclip it, and go down to the next knot. Now it's going to hang lower. Go down to the next knot. If I can even get it here. And hangs even lower still. So now I got almost waist level here. Still accessible, still outside the clothes. But basically what I've done here is made an adjustable length Baldric Sling. Very quick, very simple. That's working really well for me so far. Like I said, I just made this tonight, so I haven't been outside with it yet. But I gotta say I'm pretty happy with this. Again, really quick, really easy, super adjustable, comfortable. Again, this is a nice light knife, but I've been playing around with a bunch of my other knives, and they seem to work pretty good. So maybe I'll give you a quick view of all of those. Okay. So as you can see here, I have my SOG Seal Pup Elite, very similar sheath. In fact, it's made by the same guy, Jesse at Armor Sheaths, but a little bit bigger blade. The Moore is about a 4-inch. This one's about a 5-inch. As you can see, works just fine. Okay, guys, and here again, this one's another step up. This is my SOG Northwest Ranger, another Kydex sheath. Again, slightly larger blade, still works just fine. And as you can see here, the major difference is this doesn't have a traditional belt loop. This one has a tech lock, as you can see, and again, no problem. You just loop it through. You don't even have to open the tech lock if you don't want. You just loop it through. I did my loop on the end here, the bottom of the sheath, and it hangs no problem, perfectly. Works perfectly fine. Now this is starting to push the limits probably of the Baldric system, but here's my Buck Thug 7-inch blade, and again, as long as you got an attachment point at either end, it's basically going to work on any sheath. I mean, this is getting a little big, but again, it's comfortable here, it's accessible, still. I'm going to actually try this out to see how much I like it, rather than having a big blade dangling at your waist, smacking against your thigh, getting caught in the bush. This is definitely something I'm going to try out. Am I going to really like it? I don't know, but I'm going to try it. Again, accessible. You can just get the sheath out of the way, tuck it behind your back, ready to go to work. I'll put it away. There we go. I don't know. I think it has potential. Now, this is probably my cold medication talking, but here I have my Ontario RTAC 2. This is a 10-inch bladed beast, but again, it seems to work. It's comfortable. The sling distributes the weight well. I feel no pressure on my shoulders here where it's crossing. I got a bit of a sweater on here, of course. If I was to wear just a t-shirt, it may be a little different. And of course, you could do a different weave pattern, a wider weave if you wanted more weight distribution. And again, like I said, this is kind of a little crazy, but I'm just showing that it is possible. There is some potential if you want to try something like this. Because honestly, this is something big. This is almost big, too big to have on your belt. I have worn it. I have a Kydex sheath for it that I like a lot. But I mean, this hangs down almost to my knees. And that's a lot of stuff slapping around down there, whacking your knees and getting caught and stuff. So again, this is potential. I am going to try it out. I may not like it, but again, it sits here. It's not really in the way. I can sort of tuck it away if I want. I can put it across my back because there's good retention on here. The knife's not going to fall out. You want to make sure you have decent retention on your sheath for that. But sling it across my back. I want access to it. I just bring it to my front and snap, and there we go. Put it away. Snap it up. And you're good to go. Put it back here again if you want, whatever you want. Under your arm, across your chest, however. Anyway guys, I just thought I'd share that with you. It's a little bit of a variation on the Baldric Sling again. Again, I just kind of came up with this, and it was actually, to be honest, it was an accident. I didn't measure anything before I started making this. I wasn't even sure what I was doing at first, and I ended up with this long tag end, and I was going to cut it off and just have the one knot at the end, and then I don't know why I thought of it, but I decided, you know what, if I put knots every couple inches, I can adjust this if I want it hanging lower, higher, depending on what I'm wearing, the time of year, the size of the knife. Why not try it? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this thing out. I may cut the last 6 inches off because that's hanging really low. That's hanging literally right down to my waist. But for now I'm going to keep it to try out and see how I like it. And I'll let you guys know. If you guys try something like this out, or if you have made something like this, because I'm sure I'm not the first, let me know. I'd love to hear about it and what you think about it, how you use it, and how you did it. Anyway guys, take care. We'll talk to you soon.